I'm Dr. Tracy Ackner. I'm a small animal veterinarian. Today, I'm here to talk about how we approach chronic diarrhea in dogs in traditional Chinese medicine, or TCM. According to TCM, if a dog is in balance, she will have picture perfect stool. If she's out of balance, that is when we can see diarrhea. There are a bunch of factors that can be out of balance: yin and yang, interior and exterior, cold and hot, excess and deficiency, qi, which is the powerhouse that runs all body functions, blood, and fluid. Today, I'm going to talk about one specific imbalance we can see causing chronic diarrhea. It is called damp heat, and it's the most common pattern that I see in my patients with chronic diarrhea. If digestion is working perfectly, the fluids that are produced are clean. Some of the fluids that are produced from digestion include urine, skin oils that moisturize the skin, fluid that lubricates the joints, mucus that protects the nose, eyes, and digestive tract. If digestion is not working very well, the fluids that are produced are dirty and gunky. Because those dirty, gunky fluids produce friction when they move around, we'll see heat as well. There are a bunch of different imbalances that can cause chronic diarrhea in dogs. How can you know if damp heat is the imbalance causing your dog's diarrhea? One telltale sign is mucus coating the stool, especially yellow mucus. You might see straining. Your dog might posture a few times before getting all the poop out. You also might see urgency, where your dog is rushing to get out to poop and might even have an accident in the house. Since this is a heat pattern, we're looking for signs of heat. So you might notice that your dog is reluctant to walk in hot weather where she used to be more tolerant. She might be panting at a time that you think it's not really that hot. And she might always want to be hanging out in the coldest place in the house, like those cold tiles in the bathroom. You also might see the diarrhea or any other problems she has that are worse when it's hot and humid outside. Because those dirty fluids are really bad for immunity, dogs with damp heat will have a lot of inflammation in different parts of their body. Your vet might have diagnosed a bunch of itises. Itis is the medical term that we use for diseases that are associated with inflammation. So maybe you've had to take your dog to the vet for itchy, inflamed, or infected ears, skin, paws, anal glands, urinary tract infections, crystals, or stones, which are called cystitis, inflamed joints, arthritis, inflammation of the liver, hepatitis, and of course, inflammatory bowel disease or colitis, which is inflammation in the digestive tract. Damp typically has a bad odor, so sometimes these dogs will have bad breath. If they get an ear infection, it'll have a really strong yeasty smell to it. She might have a really strong odor in her fur, and it seems like it comes right back after you give her a bath. And that's because a dog with damp is going to produce these smelly, gunky skin oils. He also might pass smelly gas. There is a seasonal cycle to damp heat. So another hint that this is the imbalance causing your dog's problems is that you'll see signs getting worse in late spring and throughout the summer. If you think that your dog has chronic diarrhea due to a damp heat imbalance, what are some of the ways that you can correct it? Since the origin of this imbalance is due to poor digestion, the number one, absolutely most important change you can make to correct it is dietary. You want to emphasize good quality animal protein and a variety of vegetables. You want to stay away from highly processed food, especially highly processed carbohydrates. You also want to stay away from dairy and fatty foods. Both of those contribute to damp. Some foods that can help correct this imbalance are cooling foods such as cod, duck, and celery, and foods that help with damp such as pumpkin, sweet potato, parsley, and mushrooms. Acupuncture treatments with a veterinary acupuncturist will help normalize a damp heat pattern. There are Chinese herbal formulas which are designed to correct a damp heat problem. One of them is the Dogoqi meal mix-in, assuage and heal. The Chinese herb Atractylotis is a really important component of damp heat formulas. I hope you've enjoyed learning about damp heat, a really common TCM pattern we see in dogs. Remember, don't treat your dog's signs. Treat your dog.